Hi everybody, I'm Scott Menard,
I'm Carissa Menard. I'm Megan Menard.
and behind the camera today is
I'm Justin Menard.
and we are Menard Family Maple. We are a new to the business maple syrup producing family. We started out in around 2011, tapping some trees right here along our driveway. I'll show you in a minute. This was our original sugar house, sugar shanty, and we started out with a 16-inch by 48-inch Thor evaporator that we bought used, and we just recently, as in this past summer, acquired this 2x6 Alger raised flue evaporator with the arch. So as you can see, we've kind of outgrown our current location, so we are in the process of building a proper sugar house, and I'll take you for a walk up the driveway now. This is where the affliction started. We started out tapping these roughly 10 maple trees along our driveway here. It was just something to do. A friend was doing it, and I always thought it was kind of interesting, so we tried it. And I think the first year we collected about 30 gallons of sap and made somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe a pint of syrup. Not even sure if it was really syrup. It was boiled and brown and sweet, so we called it syrup. We didn't have an evaporator or a thermometer or a hydrometer or anything. So we've gone from there to where we're at now. We had last year 220 taps on property that my aunt owns, and also at a local winery that I partnered with a couple of the guys there for our first venture into tubing. The woods, as we call it, is it's about a 2.5 acre woodlot. It's about 7 miles from our house. We had about 125 taps there, and then we had another 95 taps on the tubing system at the winery. 3/4 inch main line, down to a tank running off of a SureFlow type 12 volt pump. Got no electricity in anywhere close, so we had to run off batteries. Could have gone better, could have gone worse, but it's a learning experience. So that's kind of what we're doing with these videos, is bringing anybody that's interested along on our little journey here, and showing you what we're learning, what we're doing. Maybe it can help somebody out. Maybe people can point out stuff that I'm doing wrong. So anyway, I'll take you for a walk back here towards the sugar house, or where the sugar house is going to be. On the way, if Megan wants to pan over here, Megan's taking over our videoing duties. This is a sawmill we bought this spring, and we are trying to mill as much of the lumber as we can for the sugar house to try to keep costs down. We basically run our operation. It's basically the four of us. We do farmers markets in the area. I don't know if I mentioned, we are in Niagara County in New York State, right up in as you're looking at the state, all the way on the left-hand side, all the way on the top, kind of nestled in between Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. About half an hour north of Buffalo. So, like I said, we do farmers markets in the area. We're trying to figure out how to grow the business, where to go from here. We did very well at the the local farmers markets this year. But we're not sure what we want to do as far as next year. Maybe we move to online stuff. Maybe we try to just stay with the farmers markets. We're not really sure yet. We're trying to figure that out. One thing we definitely want to do is try to make some more syrup next year. We made about 70 gallons last year. We do a bourbon barrel age that went very well this year. We made 15 gallons of that. We do maple confections, maple sugar. We make a maple dry rub. We sell candy, cotton candy. We do our own maple coated nuts. We do bottle and glass. We prefer the way it looks. People in the area seem to respond to it well. We started out with plastic, and we've kind of progressed from there. As far as equipment goes, we started, like I said, we started out with the 10 taps along the driveway and a turkey fryer. And not too long after that, the evaporator came around to Thor. We got that, and with that came the ability to boil more sap. So we got more sap, and then we needed an RO to keep up with the sap, and it's kind of a vicious cycle. So we are on our second RO now. The first one was an RO bucket, an RO or our RB15, I think it is. It's like a mid-size hobby machine. Last year we bought a liter mini micro. Was able to double our capacity for our RO, but with that brought a need for the bigger evaporator. So that's where we're at now, and also the more space. So if Megan wants to pan over here, this is 24 by 30 foot concrete slab we poured about 3 weeks ago. Part of these videos, as far as I'm concerned, is to show people the whole thing. So the whole thing is the good, the bad, and the ugly. So we will show you hopefully good. I'll show you the ugly if Megan wants to pan back around. As you can see in the video, concrete is not finished. We're working on a plan to remedy that. The day we poured it was supposed to be about 75 degrees and partly cloudy. We're over here on the south side of our pole barn, and the day ended up being about 85, full sun and breezy. So the concrete set up faster than we were able to get it finished. There was 4 of us working on it. Myself, my son, his friend, and a friend of mine that was the only one that knew how to pour concrete. The rest of us were just labor. So this is what we ended up with, and we'll go from there. So we'll take you along on this journey. Hopefully soon here we'll get some lumber milled up and get going on the actual building itself. We are in the second week of October here. As you can see, if Megan wants to pan around a little bit, the leaves are starting to change here. So we're running out of good building weather. So hopefully we can get this thing up and enclosed before the snow flies too bad. And it's just miserable to be outside. Something else we're also going to try to do this year, I don't know if we are going to be able to tackle it or not, but the woods, as we call it, my aunt's property, she gave us permission this year to put tubing up on that property. We're trying to figure out how to do it. She would prefer us not to run main line, so we're going to try to figure out how to do it with just 5/16 tubing. So stay tuned for those videos. Well, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for where we go from here.